Hey, hi guys. In this session, we will see how to perform mouse action. Means how to hover over, double click, right click, and drag and drop. How to perform these operations by using Selenium. So let me tell you. And these are the practice link which I am keeping here. This is for hover over. This is for double click and right click, and this is for drag and drop. So these links I will put in description so that you can practice on it. So I will copy this link for hover over and I'll launch in browser. So see, for hover over, we are going to use this eb.in link, and you can see if I'll hover over on this cell link, see this page is getting appear, and same for this, and same for this, and for all of them, right? If you hover over, then some page will appear, right? So you can use this link for practice. So now I will create one class. I'll create a class with the name of mouse operations. After that, I'll create main method. After creating main method, I will launch Chrome browser. Webdriver is equal to new Chrome driver, and after that I'll import this WebDriver, and now I'll import this Chrome driver, and after launching this browser I will maximize it. Driver.manage.window.maximize, and after maximize I will use implicit wait. Driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait, and here I'll put duration dot of seconds we can use, and I'll put here 20 seconds. So this 20 second it will wait for each and every find elements which we are going to use in this script, right? And after putting wait, we can launch the application. So how we can launch? Driver dot get, and here we can put URL. This is the URL which we are going to use, right? And after launching the application, so this URL we are going to use for the hover over. So I'll put here message hover over, right? And now what we need to hover over? I will hover over on this selling, right? So now we can inspect this. I'll inspect this, and here you can see we have class, right? This is a link. We have class as well as we have this text. So we can use this text. So how we can write XPath? Tag name is A, and now we are going to use text. So I will write here text is equal to selling, right? And this is available at index 3. So we can use here index 3. Right? So this is the correct XPath. We can copy it and paste it over here. So we can write here driver dot find element by dot XPath, and here we can put the XPath, right? And I will store in one reference variable since I'm going to use for the hover over. So I will write here hover over, and return type of this find element will be web element, right? Now we can import this web element, right? Now how to hover over, right? So now for hover over, we are going to perform mouse action. For performing any mouse action, you will have to use actions class. And how to use actions class? Actions class is a predefined class. So you will have to create an object. So I will create an object here. Actions. I will write here one reference variable, that is action, and new actions. And now we can import this actions class. And here it is giving some error because here we need to pass driver, right? So we have created an object for this actions class. Now what I'll do, I'll copy this reference variable. I'll put here dot. For hover over, we have one method that is move to element. So I'll search here move to element. See, here we have move to element, right? And web element. So I'll take this and see, this is the web element which we can pass here. It is already picking, right? And after using move to element, you will have to run another method, that is perform, because without using this perform method, it will not perform any action, right? So for performing an action, you will have to use perform method. Then only it will perform, right? So let's execute this program. So see, it will launch the application, maximize. See, it has hover over, right, on selling, right? So after hover over, if you want to click on any particular element, then you can click on it, right? So let's say I want to click on this Y cell on eBay, right? We can inspect this. Class and text is available, but if you want to use any extension to find out the XPath, then you can use the extension. Like we have ProPath, we have Selectors Hub, right? Selectors Hub you can use, right? If I select here, then see it will give you the XPath here. See, relative XPath is available, right? But I would recommend you to find out the XPath while writing. I would not recommend you to use any this extension, because most of the company, like if you are working in bank or if you are working in insurance company, then they won't allow you to use this extension because due to the security reason, right? So I would recommend you to write XPath by your own, so that it will be good for your interview and hands-on practice, right? After hover over, I want to click on that element. I want to click on this Y selling on eBay, right? So how to write XPath? Again, it is available. Tag name is span. I'll write here span, right? Text I'll replace here, and index value I'll change. So there are 4 index. If I'll hover over and here I'll click on it. See, at index 4 it is highlighting, right? This Y sell on eBay. So we can take this and we can write here driver dot find element by dot xpath, and here you can write xpath dot click, because I want to click on that element, right? I want to click on this Y sell on eBay. So once I will click on it, one page will open, right? This page will open, benefit of selling on eBay, right? And this title also will get changed, right? So what I want to do, after clicking on it, I will get the title. So here I'll write driver dot get title. So let me execute this. See, it will hover over on selling and it has clicked. See, it got clicked on it, right? On selling, and then Y sell on eBay, it has clicked through automation. So if you want to see the console output, I'll show you. See, This is a console output, and it is giving the title as well, title of the page, right? So hover over we have seen. For hover over, you need to remember move to element. So if interviewer asks you how to hover over, then you need to explain them. We will have to use actions class, and then we can use the method of action class, that is move to element, right? Now we have seen hover over. Now we can see how to perform double click and right click, right? So I will copy this and I'll put here. Not right click, I will use double click first. And for double click, we can use this application, Guru 99. So I'll launch this application now and I'll comment this for hover over. Now we are going to see double click, right? So again, for double click also we need actions class, right? So how to use double click? We are going to launch this application. After launching, we are going to double click on this button, and once you will click on this button, this pop-up will appear. So in this alert pop-up, we need to get this text, and after getting the text, we need to accept this pop-up. So let's copy this URL and I'll write here driver dot get URL, right? And after that, we will inspect this double click button. So this is the attribute on double click. This is the attribute which we can take, and tag name is button. So I will write here button, and attribute I will take this on double click is equal to, and we can take the attribute value. This is the attribute value which we can take, right? This is the correct XPath. I'll copy it from here and I'll write here driver dot find element by dot XPath, and I'll put here XPath. And now we are going to store in one reference variable. Reference variable, I'll put here double click, and return type will be web element, right? And for double click, we have one method. If I'll use here action dot, action is a reference variable which I have written here, right? You can copy it and you can paste it here. And now you can click on control and space bar, then you can see these are the methods which is available, right? So for double click, we have method double click here. So this method you can use, right? So once you will use this double click, again, you will have to pass here double click, and after that you will have to use perform method, then only it will perform an action, right? So let me, yeah, so after double click, one pop-up will appear, right? Once you will double click on it, this pop-up will appear. So how to switch on this alert pop-up? We can use alert alt is equal to driver dot switch to dot alert, right? And we can import this alert. First of all, we need to get text, right? So for getting a text, alt dot get text, we have method, we can use it. And if you want to print, then you can print here sys out. So after getting the text, we need to accept it, right? So again, we are going to copy this reference variable dot accept. I will take one another session for this alert pop-up, how to handle alert pop-up. I will take one separate session on it. But as of now, you can understand this is the syntax of switching on any alert pop-up, and this is the method to get text of this alert pop-up, and this is the method to accept, to click on this OK button, right? So let me execute this program. See, double clicked on it, and that pop-up got appeared and it got text and accepted. See, it has double clicked and it got text, and then it has clicked on OK button, right? So for double click, we have one method, that is double click, right? But for double click also we need actions class, right? Which we already have created an object here, right? So this is how you can perform double click, right? So we have seen double click. Now we can use right click as well. So here only we can use right click. So for right click, I will write here one message. Right click. For right click, I will copy the same URL from here, right? And after that, we will write here driver dot find element. So for right click, we can inspect. So here we have class available and we have this text available. So I'll use text and tag name is span. So I will write here span text. So this is the correct X path. You can take it and you can put here, right? And I'll store in one reference variable. So we are going to right click. So I will write here right click, and return type will be web element because we are using find element. So for find element, return type will be web element. Now for right click, we have one another method, that is context click. So see action dot, we are going to use context click. So context click we use for right click. And after that, we will have to use perform method to perform an action, right? So let me execute this. So I'll comment this double click one. Now we are going to perform right click. See, it has right clicked on this button, right? So once you will right click on it, then we get these options: edit, cut, copy, paste, delete, quit, right? So we have seen right click as well. So for right click, we have method that is context click. And after using the method, we will have to use perform, right? You don't need to forget to use perform, because without using perform, it will not perform any action, right? So right click we have seen. Now I will comment this. Now we are going to use drag and drop. Drag and drop operation. This is the link for drag and drop. We can copy it from here. We can paste it here. This is a link for drag and drop. So what we need to do, we need to drag from here and need to drop here in trash, right? So this is how you can drag and drop all of them. All the images you can drag and drop in trash. So let me again refresh this application. So this is the application which we are going to use. So I will write here driver.get and we can put the URL here. Now after that we can use the web element driver.find element by.xpath. So xpath we need to write for this source and destination both. So this is the source and this is the destination, right? So I will write xpath for source first. So here we have attribute this one, but here we have space, so it might not work. So what we can do, again we can inspect. So you can see here there are 4 li, right? So we can write the XPath for li, like we can use li1 because there are 4 images and for all 4 images they have used li1, li2, li2, li3, li4, right? So these are the siblings, right? So you can use directly li if any attribute is not available, right? So, and if you want to take help from any extensions, then I can show you. I have extension that is selectors hub. You can also add C, and it is giving one alert as well. You can see it is saying alert. This element is inside iframe, right? So if you use this CSS selector, then it will already give you the alert that your element is available under inside iframe, right? So we can see where is iframe. So we can scroll up. Yeah, see, you can see here iframe is available, right? So it means it is saying correctly. It is informing us. So the XPath is li1. So we can copy this relative XPath from here and you can put it here, right? But most of the company doesn't allow to use this third party tool, right? Extension. So if you are working in any bank, then they won't allow to use any extension, right? But if you are working with any some other company, then they allow, right? So you can use this selectors hub. It is useful. So likewise, it is showing us that our app, that our web element is available under inside iframe. So we can handle iframe first, right? So this is the iframe and this is the class of iframe. So we can write the XPath for switching frame. So I will write here iframe and here we can use class, right? So this is the XPath for switching iframe. So before this, we will have to switch driver dot switch to dot frame. In previous session, we have seen how to handle frame. So here we can put the XPath driver dot find element by dot XPath and here you can put the XPath. Now we have switched into frame, right? And we have written the XPath. So this XPath we can store in source. Source. We can put source one because there are many images. Source one and return type of find element will be web element, right? And now we can write the XPath for destination as well. So this is the destination. So ID is available. We can use ID here. ID and tag name is div. So you can use div. So this is the XPath for destination. So I'll write here driver dot find element by dot XPath and I'll put here X path, and I will store in one reference variable, that is destination, and return type of the find element will be web element, right? And for drag and drop, we will have to use actions class dot. We have one method that is drag and drop. So you can see source and destination, it is automatically picking. Now we are going to use build method, and this build method we use when we are using two or more than two web element, right? So here we are using two web element, one is for source, another one is for destination, right? So you will have to use build method in that case, and to perform an action we will have to use perform method, right? So now we can execute this, and let's see whether it is dragging and dropping or not. See, so successfully it got dragged and dropped here, right? So now if you want to drag and drop for another image as well, then you can use again this copy and paste here, and here you can put the reference variable 2, and now instead of li1 you can put li2 because that is available at index second one. And for drag and drop, again I will copy this, and here instead of source 1 we can use source 2, and destination will be the same because in the same trash we are dragging and dropping. Now we can execute. Now we can see second image also should drag and drop. See, two images got dragged and dropped. So this is how you can drag and drop. So we have seen all of them. We have seen how to hover over. We have seen how to double click on element, and we have seen how to right click on any element, and we also have seen how to drag and drop. So today we have completed how to perform mouse action, right, by using Selenium. So I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment. I will reply you. Thanks for watching this video.